Okay, here I am getting a late start. I was up at 6. There was hope of getting out early, but had a bike problem. My front rotor is rubbing. Spent about a half hour trying to fix it. I'm gonna go over and get my second cup of coffee. It is 8:12. I was up at 6. So today is Bannick State Park. Looks like it might be all road riding today, which I could certainly use as a break from the trail. So it looks like there's another opportunity to eat up here, saloon. And I believe today is just a solid climb. Wanted to pump up the tires for the road ride, and then I discovered that the bottle cage or my clean canteen or my insulated cup had become loose. You get in so late and then you're so tired that the next day you leave late again, and it just keeps happening. This smoke is really something. I spoke to one of the gentlemen in the Mercantile, and if I understood him correctly, he said this smoke was from Oregon. Entering Beaverhead Deer Lodge National Forest. So I'm going back into what I came out of yesterday. Pettingill Recreation Site. I just want to sit at a picnic table if I could. I can hear some water, so you do have water. That's kind of nice. Yeah, not a bad place to camp, I think. I'd recommend this place. I only see two picnic tables, though. Might be more around the corner. Kind of nice. Water seems fairly accessible. Been kind of running alongside or near this river or creek, whatever it is. Oh, it looks more like a river, actually. Stopping for some water. Pleasant day today. It's not very hot at all, actually. Slight breeze, but I would say it's probably in the 80s. Been passing all kinds of pullouts for campgrounds. A lot of them are marked with that trailer icon, I guess, for pullouts, because I've seen a lot of those. But there's a lot of camping, even some dispersed, unmarked stuff. So this climb at about the 20-mile mark is no joke. 700, almost 800 feet in just under 3 miles. Pretty tough. Just stopping here because, of course, I need water. There's a little spring here, I guess, or stream. Cold. Finally got some weather moving in. Now it looks like I might be going towards it. Wow, this would be an amazing descent without the headwind or the rain. Plus it's a cold wind because the rain's cold. Well, I've taken shelter under this tree. I got soaked. It's gotten worse. The rain coming down pretty good. Just have to decide what I want to do. I mean, there's some blue sky over there. Well, it's not getting any better. I was hoping that would move over, but it's not, and I'm starting to get soaked. Time to break out the rain jacket and start riding. Well, that was an adventure. Been probably riding like 3-4 miles. Yeah, of course, as soon as I put on my rain jacket, stopped raining more or less. Got 8 miles till I get on Highway 27, I think it is. Kind of put a bummer on the day, but no, I shouldn't say a bummer. It's part of the experience, right? Wasn't really ready for the rain. Rain jacket was buried. Grasshopper Valley, huh? Huge. There's the hill I just came up. The feeling is I'm going to continue on to Grant. It's 3:40. If I can get to Bannick by 4:30, and then I can ride. I mean, it really depends on the weather. Turning off of 278. Pettingill State Park, Ghost Town, 4 miles. That's the cemetery out there. Guess that's for the town. Sherwood, 1860, 1898. Man, they died young. Saralt, 1887, 31 years old. So this is the visitor center. There's a little refrigerator in there with, you also get some Fritos and some candy bars, and I think I showed you in the video. But $4 entrance fee for bikers if you're not going to camp there or camp here. Oh, that's cool. There goes the campground. You want to stay there. You pass it on the way to the ghost town. Not sure how much. I think you said it was $8. It was $8, yeah. And you get free access to the ghost town. And the reason I'm going to Grant is it makes tomorrow a little bit easier, and or the next day. Got about 3 miles left, maybe 2.5, and it's just changed into this fertile prairie because it's a different color. Keep the dust down. Like goats and it's lambs. Lamb. Left is the route, right is my accommodations. Open 5 to 10. Cyclists, quarter mile, HPSS. This is it, the end of my day. Very nice. That way, huh? Cool. Want to walk through here? Wow, this place is awesome. I ended up just having a nice conversation with George from the UK. Then of course I got here late. I'm going to go late start tomorrow. I haven't even looked at the bike, but I did book a room. $60. They do have camping out back for 15. Just had a nice hamburger. And yeah, really nice hostess. Definitely recommend this place. $60 to get a room, well worth it. Get a shower and start tomorrow all fresh. Good morning from Grant, Montana. Just getting ready to start my day. It's about 6:30. Awesome place here, the Horse Prairie something. It's like a hunter's lodge, I think. It's just really recommend it. Really had a great time. Met another cyclist, George, from the UK. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna go to a campground. I think Deadwood Gulch is the one that George recommended according to the book. Stopping here at Medicine Lodge Creek, going about 22 miles, 1,400 feet of climbing, totally exposed. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some water here because of all the climbing I have to do. I don't know when I'll see water again. Just decided to let some air out of my tires. I had pumped them up yesterday because of all the asphalt riding. Oh my God, these flies are ridiculous. They're actually flying with me ever since the creek. I stopped and they land on my glasses. They land in my ears. They go in my helmet. So I think that's where we're going, that pass there. That might be the top of the climb for the day. Yeah, so I think this hill, right there on the elevation, that little triangle is what I'm tackling now. And then once I do that, I have a little bit more after that. But then it's down into the campground. I rode a little bit of it, but I'm pushing. It's just too steep. I think Garmin's claiming it's 10%? No, 9. Made it to the top. It took me about 40 minutes. I walked the first really hard part and then I rode the rest of it. That was probably the biggest climb of the day. The rest of it's been up and down, you know, roller coastery and pretty easy. I'm sure there's a couple long ones in there, but that was really it for the day, I think. Man, it's really a shame that it's so smoky. I guess it could be worse. There could be a fire around here. I'm trying to bed my brake pads. I changed my brake pads. I think it was my imagination. Letting air out of these tires definitely makes it less bumpy. Still bumpy, but not as bouncy, you know, less bouncing. Guess they're coming back where they were after I disturbed them. A lot of babies. This washboarding is terrible. It's the first time I've really been bothered by it a lot. So this is Deadwood Gulch. It's pretty uninspired. No tree cover, no nothing. I'm only 14 miles from Lima. I'm gonna go there because this is pretty uninviting. I'm on the frontage road or the service road paralleling I-15, 7 miles. Probably flat or slight upgrade. Kind of lost my energy because I wasn't anticipating doing this part, so it's dragging this 7 miles. So I think the plan is I'm going to go to the hostel, the Bunk House I guess they call it. It's $20 according to George. Hi. Is this the Bunk House? check-in over there?
Yeah.
Thank you. Just missed the cafe. They closed at 7:15. I was just relaxing, drinking soda. It's a couple from Germany here. They're going northbound. So I waited too long for the cafe, like I said. So tonight's dinner is, I don't feel like getting out my stove and doing the ramen. I have a burrito, some mega burrito, nuked at the gas station. A thing of Diet Coke. Some chips, which are my favorite, the cheddar cheese, or cheddar and sour cream, and then some chicken bits. Not the best dinner, but it'll have to do in the situation. And now I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do tomorrow. Today I won't have any resupply options, so this will be lunch, and then I have my ramen will be dinner, probably with some of this in it. Tomorrow morning I have coffee, and I know I still have some oatmeal. Okay, about to leave the bunk house. It was adequate. George was here, then there was a couple from Germany. They're going northbound. Late start as usual, but you know what? I don't really care. I had my cup of coffee or two, and it's about 8:45. Kind of really pissed off because I lost my lock. I left it at that horse ranch, and it's just really pissing me off because I have to go to Island Park tomorrow, I think, is my resupply. They have a supermarket there, and I can't really be leaving my bike out front without a lock of some type. So I'm one street off, and look at this. It looks like old Lima. There's the railroad tracks. That makes sense. That's pretty cool. Wow, Peat Hotel. Just turned onto Lima Dam Road. Same road, but it just turned to the left there. Up a little bit higher here on the hillside. Still in the air chute of the valley. Okay, we just did a climb. You start climbing right out of the dam or the lake, reservoir, whatever it is, Lima Reservoir. Well, the headwind's back, but not quite as bad. But the road has been pretty good, which is an improvement. The lake is off to my right. Stopped at the 20-mile mark, 20 and 4/10. It's close to 12:30, not exactly 12:30, a little before. I was going to stop and go for lunch. I saw this water coming down and grabbed some of it. I don't think it's the really best source. It's kind of, see the rocks there, kind of brown, leads me to believe it's like agricultural or cow poo, or I don't know what's in it. I filled up my one bottle. I use it as last resort. And it looks like we got some weather out there. And these prairies or plains, you can never be too sure about what can creep up. Lace some miles down, as they say. I'm not even at 25 miles out of 55, and it's probably about 1:30. So I'm gonna try and get some pedaling done here, get some miles behind me. Nice descent. About time. Red Rock Lake, National Wildlife Refuge. Just leaving the Lakeview Forestry Office at the Red Rock Lake Wildlife Refuge. Oh, there you go. But I think since the last clip I had a flat and I ran into George, who I knew would eventually catch me, but then a couple from Norway, they were with George. And it was so funny because last time I saw them, they were trying to make the whitefish for a a family or friends event. We're all gonna meet at the campground, which is about 4 miles away. Of course, here comes the rain, but at least I'm close to camp. I feel it, and it's blowing right towards us. Feel a couple drops now. Hope I get my tent up or get shelter. Made it to the campground. Just as it started raining, and the ranger told us about the spring water.